Our lesson today is fractions. Write the fraction according to the shading parts. How can I write the fractions? First, put the line fraction and count all the parts. How many parts I have? 1, 2. Put 2 in the denominator and count the shading part. How many shading part? 1. Put 1 on the numerator. Okay, so the fraction is 1 half or a half. How can I write these fractions? First, put the line of fraction and count all the parts. How many parts I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put 5 in the denominator. I count the shading parts. How many shading parts? 1, 2, 3. Put 3 in numerator. How can I read this fraction? I read the numerator 3. Then in the denominator how can I read the denominator? Fifths. Put th. Put th. Fifths. th. How can I write this fraction? I put the line of fraction and count all the parts. How many parts I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Put 4 in denominator. Okay. How many shading parts? 1, 2, 3. Put 3 in numerator. So, how can I read this fraction? I read the numerator first, the numerator 3. Okay, 3 quarters or 3 fourths. 4 and write THS. Excellent. Write the following fractions in digits. A half equals what? First, put the line of fraction. A, it means 1. So, put 1 in numerator. Half, put 2 in denominator. Okay. 5 fifths. Put the line of fraction. 5 in what? In the numerator. Fifths. Fifths. I put in the denominator THS. Fifths in denominator 5. So I have 5 fifths. Okay. When the numerator is equal to the denominator, it equals 1. When the numerator equals to the denominator, equals 1. Okay. 6/11 equals what? Put the line of fraction and first number 6, put it in numerator. 11s, THS in what? In denominator. Okay. Put 11 in denominator. How can I read this fraction? First, I read the numerator 5 and denominator 8 and 8 and write TH. But I have in 8 HT. So I write HS. How can I read this fraction? I read the numerator 3. Denominator forces 4 and write THS. Forces. Or 3 quarters. Or 3 quarters. 3 fourths or 3 quarters. Excellent. How many halves in the whole 1? I know when the numerator equals denominator, it means equals 1. So 2 halves equals 1. 2 halves equals 1. So the solution is 2. How many thirds in whole 1? I know when the numerator equals denominator, it equals 1. So 3 thirds equal 1. The solution is 3. How many fifths in whole 1? Hey. Excellent. 5 fifths equal 1. Why? When the numerator equals the denominator, it means equals 1. So the solution is 5. How many tenths in whole 1? Excellent. 10. 3 fifths equal 1 tenth. 3 fifths equal 1 tenth. From 5 to 10, what I did, I multiply by 2. So I will multiply 3 by 2. 3 multiply 2 equals what? Excellent. 6. 3 thirds equal what? 7ths. 3 thirds. I know when the numerator equals to equals denominator, it means 1. So thirds equal 7 sevenths equal 9 ninths equal 10 tenths, and so on. So the solution is 7. Simplify. What does it mean? Simplify means divide. 14 over 21 equal 2 over what? From 14 to 2, I divide by what? I divided by 7. So I will divide 21 divide 7. 21 divide 7 equals what? 3. So the solution is 3. 15 over 20 equal what? Over 4. From 20 to 4, I divide by 5. So I will divide 15 by 5 equal 3. So the solution is 3. 4 over 12 equal what? Thirds. From 12 to 3, what I did, I divide by 4. So I will divide 4 by 4. 4 divide 4 equal 1. So the solution equals 1. 3 over 30 equals what? Over 10. From 30 to 10, what I did, I divide by 3. So I will divide 3 by 3 equal 1. So the solution is 1. Put greater than or smaller than or equal. 1/5 and the opposite side 2/5. I have the same denominator. When I have the same denominator, I look at the numerator. Which greater, 1 or 2? Of course 2. So 2/5 is greater than 1/5. So the solution is smaller than. 4/5 and the opposite side is 4/4. I know when the numerator equals the denominator, it equals 1. So 4/5 and the opposite side is 1. And I know 1 is greater than any fraction, so the solution is smaller than. 3/7 and the opposite side is 2/7. I have the same denominator. Okay, I look at the numerator. Which greater, 3 or 2? Of course 3 greater than 2, so the solution is greater than. Half and the opposite side 3/4. I don't have the same denominators. What can I do? I multiply the crosses. 2 multiply 3 equals 6. Put 6. 4 multiply 1 equal 4. Put 4. Which greater, 6 or 4? Of course 6. So the solution is smaller than. Third and the opposite side half. I don't have the same denominators. So I multiply the crosses. 3 multiply 1 equals 3. Put 3. 2 multiply 1 equals what? 2. Which greater, 2 or 3? Of course 3. So the solution is smaller than. 7/7 and the opposite side 2 halves. I know when the denominator equals the numerator, it equals 1. So the solution is equal. Find 5/11 plus 4/11 equals what? First I put the line of fraction. I have the same denominator, so I put 11 in denominator. I look at the numerator. I have, which sign I have? Plus. I look at the numerator. 5 plus 4 equals what? 9. Okay, so the solution is 9/11. 4 6s plus 1 6s equals what? I have the same denominator, so I write the denominator 6. I look at the numerator. Which sign I have? Plus. So 4 plus 1 equals what? 5. 4 plus 1 equals 5, so the solution is 5 6s. 3/7 plus 4/7 equals what? I have the same denominator, so I write the denominator 7. I look at the numerator. I have the sign plus, so 3 plus 4 equals 7. So the solution is 7/7. What does it mean? Equals 1. 4 9s minus 2 9s equals what? I have the same denominator, so first I put the line fraction and put the same denominator 9. I look at the numerators. Which sign I have? Minus, so 4 minus 2 equal 2. 3/4 minus 1/4 equals what? I have the same denominator, so I write 4 in denominator. Okay, which sign I have? Minus. I look at the numerator. 3 minus 1 equal 2. So the solution is 2/4. Okay, how can I simplify 2/4? Simplify mean divide. I can divide 2 in numerator and divide 2 in denominator. 2 divide 2 equals 1 and 4 divide 2 equal 2. So the solution is a half or 1/2. 1 minus 4 6s equals what? I can write 1 as 6 6s. So I have the same denominator 6 6, so put 6 in denominator. After I write the line of fraction. Which sign I have? I have minus. So I look at numerator. 6 minus 4 equal 2. So the solution is 2 sixes. How can I simplify 2 sixes? What does it mean? Divide. So I divide 2. I divide 2. 2 divide 2 equal 1. 6 divide 2 equal 3. So the solution is 1/3 or a third.